David Shortte and Troy Iwanyk with you for the midweek preview. Troy, great to be with you. How do we find you on this Wednesday?
Yeah, very well, Shorty. Looking forward to this weekend's chasing. No standout feature race, but lots of even contests that we can talk about, and really looking forward to getting into it. How have you been? Welcome back to the show.
Very good, thank you. Yeah, nice for the opportunity to be here talking a bit of greyhound racing with you once again. We'll go to Friday night Mandurah. Focus on the top grade events. They come up late on the program, races 8 and race number 9. We'll start in race number 8. This is a free-for-all over the 488 metres, and we can go to the previous free-for-all over this distance last week. Replay there, and it's Rigatoni Minelli in box number 2. In the early stages, it's sitting fourth, but punches the rail really hard here, and at that point in time, it goes right by Sunset Goddess. That duo pair off away from the rest, and Rigatoni going beautifully up front. It kicks right away, goes on for a nice win. I thought the performance of Sunset Goddess was good, stuck on very nicely for second, albeit beaten a few lengths. And then there was a gap back to Hello Cindy Lou. Those splits 5.77, 16.18, 27 and 39. 2 wins on the trot now for Rigatoni Minelli for Dave Hobby. It's a really nice win. It does move to box number 5 here, which makes it a little more awkward. The field, Hello Cindy Lou in 1, Sunset Goddess 2, 3, Aston Bradley 4, Hurry Up Eric 5, Rigatoni Minelli 6, Oosthausen 7, Sunset Oyster, and out in box number 8 with a bit of room to move west on Harry. I thought there were a few winning hopes. Rigatoni Minelli aiming up at the winning hat-trick will be hard to beat, but we can see there with that racing pattern, we'll be getting down to the fence and wanting to barge through again, Troy, and it doesn't always open up like it did there on the weekend. Outside of Rigatoni Minelli, Sunset Goddess, who was runner-up, is likely to get to that spot early in the race, and if Rigatoni finds any trouble, then all of a sudden it gets a really nice run. Thought out wide on the track, west on Harry. Box 8's no spoil over this distance and this starting point, but with room to zoom, the dog has shown in the past it's very capable. And Hello Cindy Lou off box number 1 certainly has to be respected. The best of a dog like Hurry Up Eric would see it right there in the mix as well in a race like this. It's a really good free-for-all over the 488 on Friday night.
Yeah, very similar reading to you, Shorty. Hello Cindy Lou, I've got to keep that safe off the red. This greyhound might just be able to pinch in from that position. Hurry Up Eric, capable but risky, as you just mentioned. Keep him very safe. Rigatoni Minelli found his early pace the last couple of starts and has really put himself in the race. He has to do that again here, as you've mentioned, from that squeeze box. And Sunset Goddess, I think it's just going to get a beautiful run into this race. And to me, I'm going to put it on top because I think it's going to be the leader. And I think we need to see a repeat from Rigatoni, and we're not always going to get that consistency. So he may jump, but if he doesn't, I want to be on the leader in Sunset Goddess.
Indeed, yep, not a bad way to look at that. And the last race on the card, race number 9, the Tommy Shelby at Stard. This is a free-for-all over the 400 metres. Just the 5 runners here. Off box 1, Elite Deluxe, 2, Spencer, box 4, Security Spot, in 6, Sunset Chromium, and out in box number 8, Brave Annie. Elite Deluxe, courtesy of the box draw advantage here, comes in pretty hard to beat, I would have thought.
Yeah, there's not a lot of detail to go into here. Elite Deluxe off the red, beaten last week, but take nothing away from this greyhound. It's been in sensational form. It should just lead clearly here, in my opinion. Chromium, Sunset Chromium obviously was a winner last week, but got a beautiful run, and it's going to have to get into that position this week. I just think Elite Deluxe off and gone. Chromium probably runs into a place. Yeah,
that looks the way to round out the program there. Just the 9 races on Friday night at Mandurah, and the 2 top grade races 8 and 9. Switching our focus to Saturday night at Cannington and looking at a couple of the races on the card there. We'll go to race number 3, the first race we'll look at. We step up to the 715 metres here. Ferndale Flyer in 1, Heather's Pick in 2, a Black Tiger in box 3, Our Girl Jess in 4, Shadow Reaper 5, Just the Princess in 6, West on Menace in 7, and Impressed Dory's out there in box number 8. Mix 4 and 5 over the 715 metres, so plenty of time to work into the race here. I thought there were 4 key prospects, all drawn sort of middle to wide. 4, Our Girl Jess. 5, Shadow Reaper, who's been very good, winning its last couple. 6, In Just a Princess. Last 4 runs, 1-2, 1-2. It's gone the old check mark and looks right in the mix again. And race 7, Weston Menace is a greyhound that's certainly accomplished over this longer trip. Didn't have too much between that quartet of runners. How do you see race number 3 on the program, Troy?
Yeah, this is a really even contest, Shorty. I like this race if you're looking for a bit of a play. The 4, Our Girl Jess, I've got Keep Safe written next to it. Track and distance, 6 wins. That's good running compared to this field. So you know it can run the trip, you know it can actually get the job done. And a recent 601 win in 34.98. The 5, Shadow Reaper, this is my on-top selection. Back-to-back wins over 600 and 700 recently. Can lead this race and could be very, very tough to catch, I think, in a full field like this. And number 6, Just a Princess. Big danger mark for me. Top 2 of last 4, over 715, 3 of those runs, and a 652. So it's running in really good form at the moment. It is strong and can challenge with a clean run, but it's going to have to get a clean run into the race, and I think the Reaper could be off and gone.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it? I think spearing and finding itself into a really prominent position early could set the race up for a greyhound like Shadow Reaper, who has certainly shown itself to be a very capable type over the middle distance and beyond in recent starts. As you touched on, though, there, a greyhound like Just a Princess, if it gets a look, you know that it's fit and strong, and it'll be hitting the line really hard. A really good mixed grade 4 and 5 race 3. And then race number 4 on the program, it's the Sires on Ice, the free-for-all over the 520 metres here. And we're going to look at a replay here from last week's feature, the Winter Cup Final. And from box number 1, Our Aussie Salute in the early stages, punches up really hard on the fence, follows through unchecked into second through that first corner. Then down the back, those two clear out. And it's Our Aussie Salute that's able to pour the pressure on down the back, and as they get to the 601 metre boxes, just able to ascend its authority through that part of the race. Turning for home, it skips away. Bezecchi, the old stager, is a real eye-catcher here. It runs on very nicely indeed to finish runner-up in this feature final, but all honours with Our Aussie Salute. 5:52, 18:48, 29 and 95. Congratulations to Jamie Marsh and Fuzz Barranca. Gee, this dog's been a wonderful campaigner for them to this point in time, Troy. And here it comes up with box number 6, the free-for-all, Junkyard Clyde in 1, Sunset Caligula 2, Iconic Jet 3, Fleetwood Kazakh in 4, 6 for Our Aussie Salute, 7 Tattooed Beast, and Garrity is out there in box number 8. Our Aussie Salute comes in as one of the key prospects again. I thought that Iconic Jet, no luck in that race last week. Prior form had been electric with some really hot runs. And also a dog like Sunset Caligula, while this sort of company is top end, it certainly runs at times capable to be in the mix. And a dog that I'll be roving hard through, mainly for 3rd and 4th, but a little bit of 2nd as well, is Garrity, greyhound that generally runs it out well, and it does appreciate a bit of room to move out wide. But this clash between the likes of Sunset Caligula, Iconic Jet, and Our Aussie Salute should be a really good race.
Yeah, you've read it perfectly, in my opinion, Shorty. Iconic Jet, we spoke about this greyhound last week. When he gets to start right, so tough to beat, and such a talented greyhound. But he's just got to get that consistency, and he's just a little bit off last week. Didn't quite get the start right 100%. And we saw Our Aussie Salute off the red, use it to perfection, as you've mentioned, and just absolutely flew. With a vacant box inside of that greyhound this week, Our Aussie Salute, I think it's going to get a dream run into this race if it begins as well as it did last week, and the form it's in, you just can't fault it. So it's my on-topper here, Our Aussie Salute. I think it leads, I think it wins, and the greyhound continues its form. Iconic Jet, you'll keep that greyhound very safe. If he gets to start right and he lands on the arm, game, set, match pretty much. So don't dismiss him at all. And Sunset Caligula, very capable from the inside draw. I think this greyhound's a greyhound on the rise. He's very capable, can show pace. He could almost hold up underneath Iconic Jet here with his pace. So keep him very, very safe in your bets, because he's a greyhound on the rise, and further improvement would not surprise.
Indeed, should be a beauty. Some other really nice races throughout the course of the program as well. We see a greyhound like Western Sydney going around over the 601 metres in race number 2 on the card. Towie Stowing, a greyhound that loves box number 1, draws the cherry for Jay Jacobson there in race number 5. The happy 90th birthday, Jimmy Chadwick. We want to pass on all our best to the Hall of Famer Jimmy Chadwick for a very special 90th birthday, an absolute icon of the racing industry here in WA. And we wish Jimmy all the very best for his 90th birthday. The up-and-coming Stayer Charmer does battle with the likes of Sky Rain, Ramirez, Manelli, Just a Menace in race number 6, another 601 metre race. And the dog that was the eye catcher there out of that Winter Cup final last week, the old stager, now capable and qualifying for Masters racing, is Bezecchi, and it goes around in race number 8 on the program. Draws box number 5. Timmy Tesla's been going well in these sorts of races, but I thought if Bezecchi could reproduce that performance from last week out of the Winter Cup, if the price allows, it could be the dog that's camped on Timmy Tesla and rattling home late. I thought it looked an early bet for me, looking towards Saturday night at Cannington.
He's a scary proposition in a Masters class, isn't he, Bezecchi? I mean, such a high-class animal.
Big time.
And that run, as you mentioned, he just came out of the clouds. We spoke about that greyhound last week, Shorty, and we said he was too good to not put into your tips, but coming off that break, and too hard to tip him, though, against the quality of that race. But his performance was just exceptional, and if he repeats that, he's going to be tough to beat in anything he competes in at the moment.
Big time. The other, I guess, big advantage, obviously, Masters racing. So for the uninitiated, therefore, once you hit a certain age, I think it's four or just a bit before 4.
There's a certain age bracket on it. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but obviously it's the older greyhounds and the ones that are all the veteran greyhounds, as we would.
So it rules out a lot of the other sort of top grade sprinters, which Bezecchi has spent most of his lifetime racing against. And
he's not been a hard raced greyhound either.
No.
Paul's placed him quite well, so he should have plenty of running in the legs still.
Tend to agree. The other beautiful part is it's a 6-dog lineup here, so small field plays to the strengths of Bezecchi, who can get back but will be charging home. So there are a few other races to look forward to on the program at Cannington there on Saturday night. Should be a wonderful evening.
Great program, isn't it? Like when you mentioned Sharma and all those other greyhounds, it's a great program to tune in for.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. There's some pretty talented greyhounds that are starting to make a name for themselves on a Saturday night. You'll see some of those strutting their stuff. Now let's have a look, see if we can't build a bit of a bank for the weekend. Troy, we've got a very nice program at Cannington this evening. Of course, the feature race there, the Kanyana Trophy Final, race number 6 on the program. Quickly take us through your thoughts in the feature and then your better play on the card.
Yeah, look, an exciting race. It's brought together a great field. Gideon Manali, greyhound we've spoken about plenty on this show, comes up with the red box. Not the most brilliant beginner, but the red could just come into perfect play for him here. 29.95 last week. He got himself in a slightly better position last week, which is what we've been wanting to see, and was in striking position. Off the red, he just looks very tough to beat. You're going to get no value about this greyhound tonight, but it's not all his own way, Shorty. We've got Rip and Ruby in the 4, who ran a terrific race, choosing Texas in the 6, who I think can get a real good cross here in the way it runs, and at Starlight Tory in the 7 to keep an eye on. So a really nice field for the Kanyana Trophy and one to tune in for, but Gideon, all eyes will be on Gideon here because I just want to see what he does off the red. If he can get that consistency of a little bit earlier pace out of the box, we know he's not going to be a superstar out of the box, but a little bit more consistency, he could turn his form right around here and become more consistent going on.
Very fast dog if it gets that clear running. That PB at 29.39 certainly testimony to that, but as Troy's alluded to, just tidying up that early split's the key and getting into a nice position. And your better play on the card?
Unfortunately, I'm not giving any value tonight, Shorty, but I want to point this greyhound out too. Race 8, number 2, Kenya Caviar, returns from a stint over in Sydney. It went over for one of the feature races, trained by Sean Kavanagh. This greyhound ran 29.72 and 29.70 over at Wenty. That's good running for a young greyhound. But then what it did when it came back was even more impressive. It came back to Mandurah, first run back, 27.12 at Mandurah. That is low flying for a greyhound. In this race, yes, we moved to Cannington now, but in this race, if it can get out and lead here, it's going to be very tough to catch if it's running anywhere near that sort of time. So I think they've found a beautiful race for it. It's just got to come out clean. If it does that, it's going to be tough to beat. No value, I know that, but at least try and anchor it in some of your other bets or your multis, and maybe we can get a bit of value with that added in.
Looks destined for the top grade, doesn't it, Kenya Caviar? And in great hands with Sean Kavanagh, a young fellow that only ever has a few greyhounds in his care, but he's always got a nice one. For a fellow that's always had a small size kennel, he's always had a nice dog in his care, and certainly Kenya Caviar does fit the bill once again. Looks to be a really, really smart youngster with a bright future in store. So looking forward to seeing it going around tonight. In the very next race, race number 9, this evening, over the 275 metres. I'm going to spec on number 8 here, Doreen Keeping, for Mick McLennan. This greyhound is right back in grade. It's been going around against our top sort of sprinters in recent times. Now finds itself in mixed grade 4 and 5. Draws box number 8, where it has performed well in the past. Just thought around that $6 mark looked a nice value each way play for me. I'll stick with a Fairy Floss runner in race 9 at number 8, Doreen Keeping, this evening there at Cannington. That brings this week's midweek preview program to a close. Troy, for the punters tuned in that are yet to make plans this weekend, they should be getting in contact with the team at Greyhounds WA. Of course, we have the Box One restaurant here at Cannington in operation each and every Wednesday and Saturday night, and of course down there at Mandurah on Thursday and Friday night. Magnificent facilities and fun to be had for the punters that are looking to head on course at Mandurah.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity to get to the track and enjoy all that's on offer. And another one for people to keep an eye out is Nationals are coming up. Obviously, that's when all the greyhounds start to compete around the state to represent their state, and it will be at Sandown, the grand finals this year. So check out those. We're leading towards those now. They're going to be the big features on the card, and so there'll be plenty of action around Australia as these greyhounds start to work out who's going to qualify and who might get those interesting wildcard spots as well. So keep an eye on all that, and we'll talk about more of that on the show for the WA reps in the coming weeks.
Big time, and of course we've had such a rich history in recent years. A lot of success for WA greyhounds in both the stayers and the sprint in recent times. So let's hope that can continue in 2026. Thanks as always for your company. We'll catch you again this time next week.